Checking your results from the Ancestry DNA test.
Yes.
Oh, extra white. Oh, I was joking. You really looking at it.
Hi, I'm Gabi.
And I'm KD.
I'm from Brazil.
I'm from the US.
And today,
We are going to be taking the Ancestry DNA test.
Nice.
This is kind of one of those things that I've always had the idea of doing but didn't do because DNA tests in the South can be tricky.
why?
We'll get into it later. She mentioned taking it and it was on sale, so it's like, why not?
This is not a sponsored video. It's $39 on Prime Day. I always want to have this type of DNA test to try to understand where my ancestors came from. I know there will be some part in Africa, maybe Portugal because of my name, and maybe Spain because of my last name, but I have no clue. I'm really interested to understand. Bless you.
So we're gonna open it up and talk a little bit more about it, and then we'll do a follow-up later on. She's gonna do hers and I'll do mine later. We'll send it off. To the point earlier, in the South, not even in the South of the US, with black people looking up ancestry, sometimes it's like this thing of who is really your cousin, who's not. And I know that there's a side to ancestry where it like links people. And it's like one of those things where I know how my grandparents were. I know how certain people in my family are. I don't want those problems. Like, you know what, just exactly, Roxy. But now I'm old enough, it's like, you know what, whatever happens, happens. It is what it is.
So it came with this little box.
So on the back, it just says that you activate the kit using a QR code, I guess. You collect your saliva, you mail in the sample, and then explore your results on the app or website. Direction kit that basically says how to activate it on a mobile phone or a computer, and then how to actually collect the sample and the unique activation code that's on the tube. Then also inside it comes with the actual saliva tube to capture, and I guess the packaging to mail off your collection sample, and that's the end of it. Now it looks like you can reuse this box because it has the
I think it's to send
the adhesive.
by mail.
Yes. So we're going to download this app onto her phone, and then we're going to keep it pushing. You can go to the computer and activate on the computer. Activating your kit with your unique code is the only way to get your DNA results. I'm gonna open this up. So yeah, you have the activation code on the tube, and it does match what's on the back, just in case, because I work in quality. I know people mess these things up. So she has the app downloaded and very confused, I guess.
E agora?
So now you can use the...
Sai, Roxy.
Move!
Não tá vindo.
Did you change your camera settings?
No.
It's not focusing.
You wanna add manually?
Oh, you got it.
Continue.
Yes.
Myself.
Yep.
What country you're United States.
It's basically asking where she's doing it, then it's asking for a birth channel. You're gonna end up with German ancestry. 100% German.
It's the first time, yes.
No, you don't have an identical twin.
I am not sure.
Kind of hoes, you got a secret? But that's what you mean?
Have you had a bone, what is a bone marrow?
You haven't had it. Is anyone else in your household submitting their DNA sample now too? Yes, someone else is submitting.
Connect with relatives.
Participating in matches means seeing a list of relatives and allowing them to see you. This is what I was talking about earlier.
I want to participate.
So-
You don't participate.
No, I'm going to participate, but I'm just saying, to do it and participate is a whole part of the game. But to me, it's like, could be faulty.
I am my only child.
Allegedly. I'm joking.
Could select participate in matches, compare traits. What is compare my traits? I didn't
Why ain't no
understand.
wait, right?
What are traits?
Why ain't no wait, right?
Heart rate recovery, morning or night person, taking naps, hangriness, vitamin D, sun sneezing, eye color. You want it?
How should we display you to DNA matches? Meu.
Do you agree to the following?
I consent. Simple storage.
Do you want them to keep your spit or not?
Sim. Participate in research.
I have read.
Do not give consent.
Really? Okay,
Não
cool.
quero participar de pesquisa.
Text me kit status updates. Notify me when new information and relatives are discovered based on... Okay, so text message doesn't work. I guess we'll just notify.
Don't know why. And expect results 6 to 8 weeks.
I think that's it for the app. All right, so actual collection of the sample. It says, fill the tube with the saliva to the black wavy line. So do not overfill. Hot tool, spit on that thing. It's meant to be like this, I think.
Foi?
Yeah, that should work.
Tá bom.
Now hold the tube, take off the funnel, put this on, twist it on.
Assim ou assim?
Boy, ain't no way,
Assim?
boy.
What
Tá,
the, what do you,
tá.
what
Boy,
the?
ain't no way, boy.
So once you tighten it, it's supposed to release the fluid at the
Yeah.
top. Oh yeah, it's there. Okay. Shake the tube for at least 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place the tube in the collection bag. Seal the bag with the adhesive strip.
Nice.
Place your sample back in the box with the prepaid return address. Seal the box with the adhesive strip, mail it in. Keep this card until your results arrive. Yeah, and that's it. So I'm gonna do the same thing with my kit and then mail this in, and in 8 weeks we'll get back with you.
Just received the results of the DNA and I will see stuff. 42% Portugal.
Damn, got him!
What is going on here? 22% Cameroon, Congo, and Western Bantu peoples. 8% Nigeria. 6% Indigenous Eastern South America. 5% Benin and Togo, 3% Southern Bantu people, 3% Spain, 2% Ivory Coast and Ghana, 2% France, that's interesting, 2% Ireland, 1% Eastern Bantu people, 1% Northern Africa, 1% Central Asia South, 1% Indigenous Americas Yucatan Peninsula, 1% Basque, and less than 1% Indigenous Americas Bolivia and Peru. 42% of I was not expecting that.
Oh, that's like your biggest.
Yes, it's wrong. I will do it again.
In fairness, all other percentages are like Africa.
If I sum some, it's still less than Portugal.
Okay, well, let me.
I'm so disappointed. Oliveira was a strong thing. Oliveira is a Portuguese last name, but I was not expecting 42%. Your turn.
Yeah, sure. All right, I'm all over Africa.
Look at you.
I got 22% Cameroon, Congo, Western Bantu, 20% Nigeria, 12% Mali, 11% Benin Togo, 8% Ivory Coast, 5% Senegal, 5% Sweden, Denmark,
Oh, okay.
5% Norway, 5% England and Northwestern Europe, 2% Germanic, 2% Irish, Southern Bantu, Eastern European Roma. Wow.
What?
1% and then 1% Spain. I'm a little bit Spanish.
Man, look at you. Oh, Africa.
Yeah, all over Africa.
Oh, man.
0 Portugal. Majority Cameroon, which actually is a little bit surprising because I thought it would be more northern. This is more indicative of like
The middle.
kind of surprised by Norway, Sweden, Denmark. I thought it was more Germanic Ireland. But okay, wow.
Nothing in South America.
Oh no, nothing.
Nada.
No.
Oh, mine, it was like around of the world. That it was.
Brazil is all around the world.
You are right about that.
It's like the melting pot in Brazil is much more melted. So after looking at the results, me personally, I didn't have anything that was shocking or surprising. I figured it was going to be mostly African areas and then some sprinkled European country. Now, the European countries that were there were surprising. I wouldn't have guessed 100%. In general, I mean, I'm not like, ooh, it seems pretty accurate to me. What about you?
Well, it was not the same feeling that I had. I was really disappointed. I lost my Wakanda card. 42% Portugal. I totally understand. Brazil was colonized by Portuguese. Oliveira is a very common name in Portugal. Palma, I thought it would be more Spain, but I have Spain. But It was a little bit sad. I won't lie. You saw my face when I saw the 42% Portugal.
I think that she's being a little unfair to her results. I think that there's a strong Portuguese there, but that does not necessarily denote a lack of the African side, because none of my results were 40% period. They were all pieces of a puzzle. It's just that European percentage is pretty strong from Portugal and small percentages from other areas in Europe. I keep saying Oliveira is very strong Portugal, but you met her cousin who is the Palma side, and she also has like 40% Portugal. Like, you can't just say it's one side or the other, like she's making it out to be.
It's true.
I think that if you take a DNA test of most Brazilians, regardless of skin color, that they would end up with a very strong Portugal genealogy there.
Yeah, that's right. But it's interesting because even the US was colonized by England. You didn't have England there. With me being a Brazilian and have so many around the world, it's not only Portugal or countries in Africa, but also France. What?
True.
It was a lot, and I was not expecting that. But when you look Brazil, it's very difficult to know that somebody is Brazilian because we don't have a face. Like, you cannot point your finger and say she or he is Brazilian. No, dark skin, light skin, German, like Gisele Bündchen. I was very excited to see the result, but you cannot change your DNA.
Was there anything that was shocking about my origin results?
Yeah, it's like I think it was Ireland.
It was a little Ireland, but it was like 5% from Denmark and 5% from Sweden.
Yeah, like that was really interesting for me to see was his DNA. And like, what? You also had something in Slovakia or something.
It is, yeah. It was like 1 or 2% from, it said Eastern Europe in general, but it touched over Slovakia, which I visited. So 1% of me went home, I guess.
He didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I would have thought more German, more Scotland maybe, but no, it was like everywhere else. Scandinavian or Eastern Europe, which is wild to me.
Maybe somebody was Viking before.
Viking. Thor, distant cousin. And the last point I want to talk about is the use of the app itself. To me, Ancestry is probably the most user-friendly app in the United States. Other apps are probably better for deeper designation. Like, I know that there's a African Ancestry app that will actually tell you what tribe you may have been a part of in Africa. That's good to know, but a DNA test is as good as its database is, and because so many people use Ancestry, it seems to be the most thorough database. And then also the other side of the app is connect with people that you are related to. Like I said, she was able to find her cousin.
Yeah, she lives in US.
And I got linked to a slew of first cousins once removed and half cousins and all that stuff. I don't even know how a half cousin exists. Not asking no questions.
I think that for me, being a Brazilian living in US, we won't have so much information. I don't think that is popular in Brazil. So that's why I cannot see as much information as he can.
So 3 parts to Ancestry. 1 is the DNA test to give you your origins. 2 is match you with other people that may be in your family that has taken a DNA test.
That I met with my first cousin.
And then the 3rd part, like she's mentioning, is that the access to public records, newspapers, old census that they've digitized. And as you go to fill out your family tree in the app, you put in a name of somebody and they be like, oh, maybe it matches this person with this name that also is married to this person. And you can fill in the information to try and get a more complete view of your family tree.
I still can put my family tree in order if I want, but that's the only thing that I can do.
Creating a family tree is good, it's nice to have, but there are some faults. Like, it's not so easy as if my cousin took it and they had their family tree, we just merged the trees. It's like you can copy information from the tree if they allow you access, and you can have your own separate tree. On top of that, it's very complicated to understand because not everything you have access to, you have to pay for a subscription in order to have all the access. And even after you have access, it's like a deeper level of another access, which I understand is for them to make money, but it doesn't make you as eager to try and reach out and build something when you know you have to keep paying for an amount of time. That's like the negative side of ancestry. Other than that, I think it's great, and it's good to really have an idea of where you come from and try and connect with other people in your family that have taken a test.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting to visit the countries that I have the DNA.
So Portugal.
Well, if I go to Portugal, I want my gold back.
That's all we really have about the DNA test. Leave a comment if you used Ancestry, how you feel about it. If you're from Brazil, what do you know that they use there? Please let us know.
Yeah.
I hope that you like this video. If you like the video,
Like the video
subscribe to the channel.
and turn on the notification bell.
Hopefully we'll see you in the next one.
Bye bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Kiss kiss.
Beijo.
Beijo.